The implication being made here is disgusting. Passing good genes onto your offspring, really? You'd be lucky if you can pass them through the wash 2 times before they turn into fucking denim confetti. I've seen wet paper towels with more structure than American Eagles. Shits fall apart like Sydney Sweeney being asked to play someone who isn't rich, hot, or crying. You know, American Eagle genes are built different, by which I mean wrong. These are inferior genes, folks. Their only heritage is tearing at the crotch. American Eagle genes should not be allowed to be produced. They scored a 64 on the denim purity scale, which may or may not also be Sydney Sweeney's average Rotten Tomato score, which may or may not also be her Uber passenger rating. You know, drivers just can't get her to stop crying. But you can't cry your way out of surge pricing, folks. But I digress. In my opinion, Levi's customers possess these superior genes. Levi's walked so equality could run. Levi's are the Harriet Tubman of pants. I have a pair that's been in my family 37 generations. My great 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 grandfather fought Pancho Villa in them. He lost the war, but kept the jeans. He surrendered everything but his pants, lost his legs, but saved the fit. They still have blood and salsa on them. I just never bothered to get them dry cleaned because I'm not racist. The American Medical Association is begging RFK Jr. not to fire all 16 members of the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force, which makes evidence-based recommendations for cancer screenings. You know, the guy who thinks Wi-Fi gave his brainworm autism now wants to decide when you can get a colon cancer screening. A real cancer prevention is having a heroin addict check your chakras next time you fart weird. And RFK wants to replace the panel with people more aligned with his views, which means no more drug tests for CDC employees. In fact, they'll be testing to make sure you are fucked up on the job. On the same day, Trump admin cut 158 million in gun violence prevention grants, continuing the Trump admin's commitment to preventing waste, fraud, and prevention. You know, because real Americans are for small government, pal. Real Americans prefer their violence unprevented and locally sourced, farm to table, bullet to body. 100% homegrown American violence. And MAGAs, of course, are arguing that the gun violence prevention grants stigmatize lawful gun owners because there is no phrase more woke and more Marxist in the English language than please don't shoot other people. You know, it's like socialist Jesus once said, unload a second clip, my son. Real Americans prefer their violence unprevented. FEMA is redirecting anti-terrorism funds toward migrant arrests because, you know, the Floridian fondler can't stop a flood in Texas from killing 100 people, but he can sure stop the hell out of a dishwasher from Honduras from overstaying their visa. You know, I live in Texas, so during the next catastrophic flood, as our houses go for a swim downstream, I hope my fellow Texans don't ask what FEMA can do for us, but rather ask what we can do to help detain another landscaper in Arizona. And if by some miracle FEMA does show up, just make sure to have your papers ready. And finally, Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau were spotted on a dinner date. They shared lobster, which in Canada is the closest thing to second base. And, you know, shit on Trudeau all you want, but I bet you libtards have never gotten to Canadian second base with an astronaut.